Tell them I'm commentating. Why did you capitalize it? No, I'm DJ. I'm DJ Hilly. I'm DJ Hilly. On the track. Brielle said, good fucking luck to Jake during his match. Tell him to beat some Pokemon ass. Do I know Rockwell? Can you show me a picture? Is Hillary quiet or is Jake quiet? Hello, hello, I am Hillary. Hello, hello. I am. This is how I talk. Alright, guys. Alright, folks. We got Jacob Major on the fuck with the thing and the stuff. Cool. Yeah. No one can hear Jake. That's fine, though. We don't want that anyway. Yeah, no. Exactly. Does he commentate? Show me him wearing a Pokemon shirt, because I don't. If he puts on a Pokemon shirt, I'll know who he is. No, he looks familiar. Too bad his ass is getting beat tonight. You have to talk into my mic, Jake.
Hi, June.
Nothing popped. No one can hear you. You have to talk into my mic.
Talking to you.
Oh, I'm not gonna relay the message. Okay. Hi, Chris.
Alright, we're searching.
I got home from work 30 minutes ago. First week at my new job. Been pretty nice. I'm very hyped for this match. We're in top 4. I'm in my special pajamas, Stewie Griffin, to celebrate. We're looking for a good, clean match in this top 4. No funny business. The only funny business allowed is on commentators' side. So. Yeah, my point of view sucks. I don't blame you. Thank you. I had a very good week. So it looks like this week we have Jake Major versus Rockwell, who I've supposedly met before and don't recall. No hard feelings, Rockwell. I hope I left a lasting impression on you. Certainly the outcome of this match may determine how well... The Bomb President game?
Yeah.
I remember.
Rockwell was there for that.
Well, what was he?
I don't remember.
Well, how's that going to help me remember?
I showed you a picture of him.
Yeah, I saw. I'm just joshing, folks. I'm just joshing. Time to crack open a cold one. This is a sponsored stream by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Thank you. Alright, Rockwell's team preview is showing a blue cylinder, Grimganache, Ursaluna Minor, Sea Slug, Sea Fairy Slug, Clefairy, and Scyther. We'll see which of those which four of those he wants to bring. Jake's got less than a minute to decide what he wants to do. Still no pants. Who is this fella? Wow, never seen that guy before. Who knows if he'll even make it in. Wait, how am I gonna drink with this mic? I'm sorry if me drinking gets picked up.
Good luck and have fun to Rockwell.
Jake said that he hopes you lose. He's gonna beat your ass. Hillary and Ugly Jake are on the board. What? Oh my god. Things are moving so fast, folks. We've already got a heated round one. I didn't even see who was who. I better be the one that isn't ugly. Don't get tilted. He's trying to psych you out. Yellow subs going back in the way. Bird up on the scene with Hillary. I'm the bear. Yeah, I protect myself. Ugly Jake used scary face. Okay, if you named me that abomination, I would have been fuming. Wait, you've versed these Pokemon before. Why didn't you say that? Now I know who Rockwell is. You're an idiot. Anyway, good luck. Was I roasting Rockwell for not having nicknames last time? Alright, Bird Up's going back in the hole for Gunnar Dog. We got G Puppy on the scene, intimidating Hillary just a bit. Ugly Jake used Misty Terrain. That sounds like something that might provide a bit of an advantage for a water Pokemon. I am using Facade, which really hits hard. I was reading chat, and now 2 Pokemon are dead.
That's one way to start a match. I double crit.
He double crit with, was it Moonbeam?
Hyper voice.
Hyper Voice, wow. Very lucky round 1 for Jake. Sam is online. Rockwell sent out Teeny Jake and Snake Jake. Yeah. Alright, going in with the side slurp. Jake the Snake, that's what my dad calls him. Teeny Jake used Follow Me. The opposing Teeny Jake. Snake Jake used Waterfall. Moonblast! Get his ass out of... You used it on the wrong Pokemon. I'm just kidding, folks. I know what happened. I think you should play this one out. Well, is there even new information for you to gather when you've played them?
I can see clear amulet here, yes. Yes, there is very good information.
Would it have been in his interest to...
That's very good information.
Maybe it would have been in Rockwell's best interest to forfeit round 1. We've got a Snake Jake on the board. Clefairy went down. Using Waterfall on Electabuzz. That's not going to do much. Thunderbolt onto the water Pokemon kills their ass dead. This is a very unfortunate matchup for Rockwell. Hopefully he brings the correct Pokemon next round. Who is okay?
That's Egg.
It's Egg! Hi, Egg. Hi. All right. Screecher, No Pant, Bird Up, and Big Hoss. He's got 1 minute to lock it in. Judging by that round 1, I think it's game over, honestly. Changing our lineup. First out, No Pant. Couldn't tell you. Pedro cheering on the other team. Crazy. Still No Pants, Yellow Submarine on the board. We've got Ugly Jake and Snake Jake on the board. Let's see what we can do with them. Putting up a Trick Room and swapping in some Screech. Jake's mother is trying to FaceTime him. Can't really do much with that right now. So, Ugly Jake's using Swagger, which is kind of strange for an ugly Pokemon to have. Classic Pokemon situation. Classic Pokemon situation. Slowpoke is confused. Jake the Snake used Earthquake. Still No Pants, not looking good for him. Trick Room is up. I think Slowpokes are already just so confused by default that they actually have a higher percentage to be an unsuccessful confusion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. What have you never thought about?
He went for Swagger onto my Pokemon, boosted my stats, and then using Mirror Herb on Gyarados copied my stat boosts, which was crazy.
That is pretty cool. Still No Pants is unfortunately confused, but was still able to get the Sludge Bomb off. Earthquake onto, ooh, everything but the Gyarados. Sorry, the Little Mermaid is dead. It looks like my big son Haas has some gloves as an item. That looked like a pair of boxing gloves or SpongeBob's karate gloves. Alright folks, we are locking in on this round 2. One Mon down on each side and very low HP on our partner. Jake is running calcs on the other screen. He is cheating. Guys, if this is a Jake Major win, please let the record show he has other tabs open. Screecher used Protect. Snake Jake also protecting. Let's see how many more protects we can get. Low kick into the Protect. Poison Jake used Toxic. I think that's fair. That's a really cute Pokemon. I don't know if I've ever seen it before. Toxapex, I like that. Nancy would like us to put the clean clothes away and wants to know how my day was. Suggesting that we do some thank you notes for our wedding. Need to clean out DR. Oh, dining room. Getting some chores. Gyarados has passed away. High horsepower into the Slug, which almost KOs. Infestation. That's really a scary move for a children's game. Wow. Haas is feeling pretty good, I think. Infestation is terrifying. Ooh. Screecher died. Like, when Pokemon pass out from a move, like, sure, whatever. That Pokemon was killed by bugs. Hillary's back on the scene. Ending on a high note. Let's murder her ass. Look at Pedro in the back. Poison guard, wide guard on, I didn't read that properly. Alright, low kick into Hillary, punting her ass across the screen, but she is resilient. Earthquake into the bug, didn't really do so much. That's an unfortunate yellow sub instant KO. But, do we have another guy in the tank? We don't have anyone else in the tank. However, Haas is hurting. But hey, it's only round 2, folks. We can turn this around. Hillary was burnt, as she should be. That's what I've been saying. Baby fart 33 milligram Zax. Why are there no horse type Pokemon? The backpack that Daft Punk is wearing looks very like chewy and nice, like a piece of candy or gum. Alright, Hillary's using Fasao. Round 2 is in the bag for Rockwell. Congratulations, Rockwell. However, Jake and I are still at an advantage here. Jake's got all the information he needs to destroy your ass. Hitmonlee is more of a double bubble 1 hour, no, not an hour. Is more of a double bubble 30 minutes into being chewed flavor. So like the bubblegum flavor is like there in remnants, but it's mostly just a texture at that point. That's the Hitmonlee flavor that I grew up with. So we're considering I can't tell you what we're considering. Oh, Hillary's the only girl on the team and the rest are Jake. I was gonna say, why the hell am I a bear? I think it's a good move to put that cape on the Slowpoke because he already has a cape. Alright guys, we're going into round 3. We gotta start this off strong, okay? But don't get too cocky. Slime and G-Dog on the board versus Ugly Jake and Snake. Going with a Wild Charge and Psychic into Gyarados. We'll see how successful this may be. Really praying that he's not protecting here. He should have gone. Yeah. Snake Jake is off the board. Let's see what we're hitting. Hillary, did you know that was happening? Alright. Scary Face onto Pill Dog. Wild Charge does not affect Hillary. Psychic did about half. Really good for Jake, apparently. We got the burn on Hill. Jake seems confident about the current game state. Taking a celebratory sip. You seem cocky. You seem cocky.
No, I am so on edge right now.
Alright, still no pants going back in the ball. Bird up. G-Dog using Protect. Scary Face. I don't even know who that was oriented towards. Alright, Hillary is taking some damage from that burn. Steady as she goes, as they say. flame whatevering the girl. Jake off to his other tab to do his little cheats. Checking his Ursaluna stats. Shameless cheating when you have a commentator watching. It's pathetic, honestly. Flare Blitz into Hill. Body press into Hill. We're really, really... Alright, let's get her done. Flame Blitz into Hillary. I thought the body press was redundant. That's game? That's crazy. It can't be game. Did Gyarados die? No, Gyarados went in the ball. How was one mon down? Game over.
I beat Gyarados 100% of the time with my sets.
But Gyarados is still there. We're putting the pee in pants. I didn't mean it like that. Jake's breathing a sigh of relief. A little too soon. Rockwell, I think you need to try a little harder. I'm saying that because I'm tired. It's been a long week. Ugly Jake going back in the ball for Gyarados. Not sure what he thinks he can do with this thing. Iron Head into Gyarados. Not gonna do shit. Infestation, the scariest move in the game. Oh god. Poison Jake getting poisoned.
But I should be able to rack up enough damage on it where I don't care. Because Arcanine should just be able to come in and go for an extreme speed. I mean, it comes down to if he wants to play swagger games with...
Hey, hun.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. Okay. Leave it to the commentators. It's not your job. Alright, so Waterfall into the bird didn't do much. We have a snail hitting a snake. Also just chipping away. That infestation really hurts. Reminds me of Frogger. And of course I'm talking about Frogger for the Game Boy Advance. Ugly Jake is finishing things off. protect. A futile response.
For a swagger and an earthquake.
Alright, honey.
No, he's not.
Leave it to the pros. Opposing Snake used Thunder Wave, trying to trip him up out of his pants, but we are protecting Iron Head into the Snake. Not very effective, but getting it pretty low nonetheless. Keep in mind, we still have all 4 on the board, all in the green. Putting out Screecher. Going for the swag. We haven't even used Moonblast in any of these games. It hasn't been necessary. No, we didn't. There was no Moonblasting. That was all Hyper Voice. Waterfall into the Corviknight, not gonna even take it into the yellow. Iron Head into Ugly Jake, killed his ass, good fucking riddance. At this point, I think Rockwell should be sweating a bit. How's that one funny? At this point, I'd be sweating if I were him. Poison Jake back on the board, hopefully not going for another infestation. But you know what I always say, folks, Moonblast always KOs. I think we should just put this Gyarados out of its misery once and for all, but Jake says, no, I want to keep chipping. I want to keep chipping. We'll let him have his way. I do want to emphasize, as we are coming to the end of top 4, that Jake did cheat multiple times. He has nerdofnow.github.io npc-vgc- I cannot see the damage. He's got a damage calcs. He's got calcs on the board. Hasn't even bothered putting 11 in anywhere. I don't see any multiples. Moonblast always KOs. Anyway, Jake cheated the entire time. I want that put on the record. But we're proud of him nonetheless. No damage calcs allowed. Right, you gotta do that math in your head, honey. Exactly. I'm about to shit my pants. No, it's not. It's not real. Oh, I just drank yours. Oops. I have cooties now. Putting the pants, putting the pee back in pants. Bird up. Just did something. No comment. Did y'all play Frogger Adventures on Game Boy Advance? That was, I think, my favorite Game Boy Advance game. But it's kind of hard to say, because the Game Boy Advance... I had a lot of good Game Boy games. And by a lot, I think of like 3. But it was a really good game. Something was done to poison Jake. He's really drawing it out. Honestly, he should have forfeited at this point. That's what I'm saying. It's loud. It turns you green. Ugh. It's horrible. He's just trying to fuck with us. He's just trying to get in our heads. Sorry if you guys heard that. Jacob Major is your new top 4 Season 3 LWDL national, regional, international, local, NAIC, Latin American international champion. Congratulations, Jacob Major. How does it feel?
Relieving. That matchup was... I mean, I think Rockwell thinks it's heavily in my favor. It's rough for both of us. I do have a lot of Pokemon that screw over, like, his really very strong hitters, like, Ursaluna, like, one of the natural counters is Corviknight, one of very, very few. So being able to play around that, really made my team have a good matchup into him. I think what he brought last time I prepped around really well, and this time he really switched it up on me heavily, in very, very good ways. But I think I switched it up in better ways, and ultimately I got pretty lucky in that game 1, just getting that Hyper Voice crit off the bat, which was terrible. He played extremely well in game 2, to overcome, like, well, first catching me by surprise and then just, like, going crazy. And then game 3, I got the information I needed, and I played exactly how I needed to, and, I think it was a 4-0.
A 4-0?
Yeah.
What is that?
He didn't KO a single one of my Pokemon in the last game.
In the last game, yes. I believe that's true.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go shit myself. Congratulations, Jake. We love you. You can interview yourself for the rest of this. Oh, do you have any questions for me? Do you have any questions for me?
Me? Or the chat? Me. Do I have questions for you or just the
Yes.
chat? Yeah, who do you think was the MVP of that match?
Jacob Major.
What Pokemon do you think was the MVP of that match?
Hillary.
The Ursaluna? Yeah, it kind of was. No, it wasn't. Alright. Alright. So it's the time when everyone says I suck off my opponent and tell them all the cool things. Yeah, here are my calcs. I use a calc. I think that's kosher. If not, it never helped me. So, whatever. Team builder. Ding ding. Here is what I brought. Boing, boing, boing. A Primarina with, I think it's the same set I brought last time, pretty much. But this time, instead, I used a slightly more defensive one to combine with the Arcanine Intimidate to allow Primarina to survive. If we look at the calc for that, Ding versus Ursaluna. A -1 facade was not a KO. In the case of this Gyarados, I mean, I survived +2 Earthquake, so I survived 2 +2 Earthquakes, didn't I? Or did I Intimidate once? Now I don't remember. But either way, good Prim spread, yay. Corviknight was, I think, near identical to the one I brought, but this time with leftovers, which, I mean, paid off for the infestations. Arcanine was the clear amulet set that you saw to really take on Gyarados. I am happy, Rockwell. I do feel really badly about that game one like mega double crit. It was really unfortunate. Um, like that was just game ending off of game one. I imagine it would have gone a lot differently. Game two, you played so well. I think you should be very proud of how you played game two. Game three had to do it to him. Electivire was a lot different. Last time it was max speed, no bulk, timid, life orb. And this time it was a supportive set, which worked out better. I forgot that your Gyarados was actually Jolly. I got that information by Electivire. Um, Galarian Slowking did exactly what I needed it to. I found that its offensive prowess was really good, and if I needed to set up Trick Room and get my team moving, I could. Mudsdale could have done better, but it's okay. But yeah, that was the team. I'm off to finals. I don't know who I'm playing yet, but hopefully I can bring it home and be champion. Thanks everyone for coming out and watching. Thank you, Rockwell, for 2 really fun sets. Really unfortunate roll of the dice in this one. But yeah, catch you guys next time. Rockwell, go enjoy happy hour.